Come on. No. I can still finish this in time. No, you can't. Eat your noodles. So the other day I was watching a new player experiencing Undertale for the very first time. And like many of us, she got to Toriel land. Yeah, that's about what I expected. It's pretty common for blind players to kill Toriel for their first run, because sparing is a pretty unfamiliar mechanic to most players, and the game sends a lot of mixed messages on how to use it by allowing the player to fight enemies until their low health makes them sparable. Secretly, there's a lot of very rude ways to end fights without ruining your pacifist run, but that's a story for another day. My point is, the game kind of tricks new players into accidentally killing Toriel, specifically so they can experience the pain and regret of killing her, and then feel that sweet joy of redemption when they finally figure out how to spare her. So when Flowey taunts the player about going back to change fate, it's not just mockery, it is a challenge. And our player today, CatAvery, was not one to back down from a challenge. But here's where things took a very unexpected turn, because she did spare Toriel. In fact, she spared Toriel 4 separate times throughout the fight, and all 4 times she got the exact same piece of dialogue. What in the heck? How did that happen? Isn't her dialogue supposed to change very slightly with each subsequent spare? Is this some new game-breaking bug? Has Toriel somehow become unsparable? What's going on here? Well, let's see. It looks like she hit Toriel once between each spare, so maybe that resets the dialogue? Time for some testing. Spare 1. Spare 2. Spare 3. Swing. And yep, it reset. Holy Congadero, did I actually figure it out first try? I don't think that's ever happened before. Weird. But at some point that must get switched off, right? Because if you hit after spare 13, it counts as a betrayal kill, complete with its own dialogue and horrifying implications. So where does okay, I think I cracked the code, literally and figuratively, because I'm really kind of a freak. It looks like every time you spare or miss Toriel, you increase the conversation progress by 1. But if you hit her before the conversation reaches 4, it resets the conversation back to 0. So you have to spare Toriel at least 4 times in a row before the game saves your progress toward mercy. Presuming you're doing as little damage as possible, that essentially means you could be trapped in this battle for 40 solid turns, in a tedious cycle of sparing and fighting without ever realizing what's going wrong. And if you flee when her health gets low, because you refuse to kill her, she returns to full health. So in theory, a merciful but confused player could get stuck on this bus forever, unless they manage to notice the very subtle differences in her ellipses. That's kind of wild, especially with the way Flowey taunts you if you mess this up twice.
You just can't get enough, can you? How many more times will you kill her? Ha 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 ha! You disgusting animal! You didn't even try to spare her!
But I did! I did try to spare her many times.
She really did, too. I think when you spend too much time building or playing a game, it's easy to lose sight of how obtuse certain types of info can be. So instead of debating if Toriel resetting her dialogue like this is unfair, here's a better question. Have you ever gotten stuck on a puzzle that seems super obvious in hindsight? Because, by God, I know I have. Anyway, special thanks to CatAvery, who let me feature footage from their channel. If you enjoyed it, you should totes go check out their Twitch and YouTube. Sorry again for another short one. There's a lot of fun stuff on the horizon and sometimes it can be overwhelming, but until next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Hyperlink Blocked.